now? Can you hear me now?
Bruh.
Welcome back there, Santa Claus. How was your vacation?
Too short.
Too short. Ain't that a song? I think that's
a
about
rapper.
the same beat right
That's
there.
a rapper.
Yes, indeed. All right, how's everybody? How's your Thanksgiving?
It was quiet.
Yeah.
Hung out by my father-in-law.
You know, the older
Watch
you
him
get,
sleep.
the older you get, when you talk about quietness, you just can't buy it these days.
Nope.
You'd be like, that's what I wanted. Nothing else. Nothing else.
Quiet.
So I did a couple of things. I did the sheriff's Thanksgiving, Susan Hudson's final one
Well, that's right. I forgot you didn't leave.
over at the convention. I'm the host, so I do
You're the what?
the host. Why I have to put things in particulars for you? Mm-hmm. But yeah, I was the host. Guess who hosts with me, bro? I know you're gonna go, what?
Who?
Come on, guess. You wouldn't believe. I'm
Barry
just-
Richards.
Oh hell no. My daughter.
What? Lexi?
Nope. Daisley.
Oh, dang.
Daisley came from Atlanta. Came down, and she was on stage with me. She learned a whole lot because she had never heard of and never knew the songs of Irma Thomas. I said, "You don't know Irma Thomas?" You know, Daisley ain't but 30 years old. I'm not expecting
Right.
her to know all the songs. But when she heard them, because Irma did a whole set, her and her band, she was like, "Dad, I've heard that song before." I was like, "Mm-hmm." She said, "That's her?" Oh, I got to take pictures with her.
Like, oh my goodness, real music does exist.
Yeah. She really enjoyed being on stage, saying hello. Everybody treated her like she was royalty anyway. They treated her just like she was a family. So she was there. She got a chance to get on stage with the sheriff. Let's see, Michael Ward performed.
I haven't seen Mike perform in years.
Yeah, and you know what? Now you know his sons performed with him.
Yeah.
So he didn't later on. I think that evening, I think Saturday night, they performed together on stage for a Thanksgiving celebration thing. I think that was Saturday night though.
Man, I miss seeing him at that happy hour at Vincent's.
Yes,
Oh,
indeed.
man.
Well, they tore it up. He did his thing. Let me see who else. I mean, bro, when I tell you people showed up and showed out,
The who's who?
they showed up and showed out. Got to say thank you to Judge Nicole Shepard, Judge Lakeisha. She was there. A couple of other officials that I'm probably forgetting. They showed up. The ex-sheriff, who is Sheriff Fody, of course, he came through. He started it all in the first place. He came through. And when I tell you it was packed in there with people, I think we fed about 2,000 people.
Wow.
Yeah. It felt good that people showed up, but it also let me know that the need for food and people during the holiday was great. So I'm glad we could do it. I took a lot of pictures. I haven't posted them yet, but I'm going to put them up probably this evening. I'm probably going to put them up this evening. I have been paying attention to a couple of things that I'm probably going to do my commentary. Dr. Shepard is coming today. Let me tell everybody that. She is coming today. She's going to join us. She's actually doing a podcast with her class and some folks, but she should be finishing just a few, and said that she will join us in the progress. So I said, do your thing, girl. Do your thing. So today, interesting day in Louisiana. Supposed to have been, and I don't know if everybody got the message or not, supposed to have been, and another thing too, Wick, that I'm looking at is, why are we so out of focus? Have you noticed that? Well,
Yep.
why are we so out of focus?
Don't know. I noticed that.
I just look blurry.
That's how you look in real life.
boy. Woo, woo.
I saw
Age,
it in your. It
no,
was written all over your face.
age has taught me a couple of things. Hold that tongue, boy. Hold that tongue.
Try moving that bottle because it seems like the camera is focusing on the bottle right in front of you.
I'm just trying to figure out what it is. Is it me, or is it pointed in the wrong direction, or because it did look that way earlier? Was that what it was?
Well, you moved the bottle. You look like you got clearer when you moved it. It's like there's some kind of focus thing on this camera that it zooms in on whatever's closest.
Maybe it's the Let me try it this way. Was it that?
Nope.
Oh well, y'all. I hope y'all can bear with us as we look at these different things. I didn't see it this way when we started, but we'll get it as we go along.
I'm gonna put a different camera angle.
Yeah, let me get down to the nitty gritty here because I hadn't done this in at least 2 or 3 weeks, and one of the things that I'm seeing that I had to do was to write some commentary. So we got commentary today as well. And as I get into my commentary today, I needed everybody to understand why this commentary is needed in the fashion that I wrote it. Well, what are you talking about, Gerard? Oh, I'm so glad that y'all are asking these questions. The reason why this commentary is needed is because there's a whole lot of kumbaya going on right now. Now, understand what I just called this. I say it, there is a whole lot of, not kumbaya, that's kum. I'm calling this kumbaya. Coon, as in Coon, kumbaya. There's a lot of kumbaya going on. Coon. Yes. And the reason why this is a difference is because the majority of the stuff that I'm listening to, I really hate to call it a moment of gathering that all of us can say, hey, let's hold hands and sing the Boy Scout or the Girl Scout songs. No. A lot of this stuff, I really listen and make my own decision. I don't know how you feel about it, but some of these decisions that I'm listening or some of the things that I'm feeling is kumbaya. It's because today's meetings, I don't know if anybody else heard today's, I was listening this morning, and what was interesting is I started getting text messages from folks and asking me, are you listening to this budget hearing? And I got to tell those folks that showed up for the meeting this morning, I'm talking about everyday citizens, stand your ground. Hold your ground, because y'all doing the right stuff. Everybody is not going in there and screaming and hollering and da-da-da-da-da and making a show. Because I really feel that a lot of us think that that's what we're doing. Going in there screaming and hollering and just making a show, and they say, next, your time is up next. There's a lot of good folks that are going in there that are making a whole lot of sense. So much sense, and listen, I do not think that I have the most sense. I don't know everything, and I'll be the first one to say it. If I ever tell you that I know everything that they talking about, turn me off and call the owners and tell them to tell me get off the radio because he lying and he don't know what he talking about. Because I don't. But I'm learning a whole lot. Even today, I even sent Councilman Thomas a text message while I was sitting at home. And I was like, well, I learned something new today. Because I didn't know, or if he said it, I didn't hear it, that Councilman Thomas had sent Gilbert Montagna a letter telling him he needed to come back to the council and tell these folks why we in the big show, I almost said it, that we in right now. I was like, go ahead. And y'all know I'm ignorant. So I'm sending them a text message saying, brother man, thank you for having the bulls, the big hairy ones, to let everybody know that you sent them a letter. My question, I'm glad I wasn't in the council because I would have daggone went and got me a card and asked the question. Did anybody else, like one of them proclamations y'all sign that letter with Councilman Thomas asking him to come back and explain this show? Because everybody else was quiet, looking off. I guess they were like, oh, we ain't touching that one. 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 And here's the other one. Y'all ready for this? Here go the one y'all gonna really say, that boy's stupid. But I'm back. I was like, white man, please sit down. White man, please be quiet. White man, please shut up. Well, white man, come on now. White man, please sit down. White man, please be quiet. White man, please shut up. I was talking about JP. Y'all got it? Okay. Because at no point did I hear anybody really say, hey, listen, we had some responsibility in this too. And that dude sat through the whole meeting and blamed Cantrell for the entire hiccup that is going on right now. Didn't take no part of the responsibility on what you're spending. Didn't take no responsibility in the $800,000 y'all spent on lawyers to find out if she bumping the monkey over there at the other little, what's the name of that place? Those
Rochambeau?
No, at the other apartments in the French Quarter. You know what I'm talking about. No Rochambeau. Yo, old ass. I don't even know what's wrong with you. Old country ass, too. You're looking like Santa Claus over there. No, sir.
Now, watch out now.
You need Jesus. But I'm thinking to myself as I'm listening to all of this, I was like, boy, this dude, you're trying to tell. And then here comes the lady to talk about the funds for Wisner. And then they started talking about the funds for Wisner. Now, am I the only one that believes that if you're a descendant, look, all right, let's put it this way. Here's today's lesson. Y'all ready? Here's today's lesson. Your uncle left you a percentage of something very valuable. Mineral rights, oil rights, mineral rights. But he ain't leave you everything. He said, some go to you as a descendant, some go to you as a descendant, but I love me some New Orleans. I'm going to give a percentage of this to New Orleans as well. So I really want us to be able to appreciate what we got. So you get a share, you get a share. He was Oprah before there was Oprah. You get a little bit of this, and you get a little bit of this. The city of New Orleans get a little bit of this. Everybody get a piece. And then here comes Mitchell J. Landrieu, who just basically looked them people in their face and told them, you ain't getting nothing. We taking all of your inheritance. So the city took them to court so that they could take their entire inheritance. Now, I'm not one to be in all the particulars, but I'd be fighting it too. If that was my inheritance, oil field, mineral rights, all that money, there's enough for everybody to get a piece. And if you can't work with me and work against me, that just lets me know that you ain't no good no way. And the city went on ahead, took the money, and still taking it, and discussed it today on that they still gonna take it. And I was a little thrown off to hear Helena Moreno, say in her comments today, oh, when I become mayor, I won't be one of those mayors that disagrees with taking all the inheritance as your current mayor is doing. I will be one of those that says, let's take it all. I was like, damn, that's greedy. But how would you feel if somebody took all of your inheritance? Would make me want to like this city or the people of it. I mean, it really would not. It would not. So, anyway, that's what I saw this morning, some of it. But I got more. I really do. I got more. I got a whole lot more. All right, bro. I'm getting ready to get up. I'm going to go look outside. I don't think ICE started today. I think they're starting in 2 weeks. I think they canceled today. But you know what I've been doing, huh? Riding by Home Depots, riding through the parking lot, rolling down my window and going, run!
Nah, all you got to do is yell, La Migra! They're gone. Trust me on that.
Nah, that sounds too close to something. I might say it the wrong way. We'll take the break here, y'all. We'll come right back. We'll take some telephone calls, too, at 504-582-9422. More coming up next.
Norman Robinson is back.
Can you hear me now?
And he's taking no prisoners.
Can you hear me now?
Each weekday, Norman Robinson brings you commentary with Off the Top.
The incident was shocking, disturbing, disgusting, disappointing, and sad.
Each weekday, Off the Top with Norman Robinson is heard exclusively right here.
It's Off the Top with Norman Robinson on WBOK 1230 AM.
Are you passionate about community safety and police accountability? Tune in to The Monitor's Mic, where we talk about oversight, policing, and you. Hosted by the Office of Independent Police Monitor, we're here to shine a light on policing issues that matter, from real-time policing updates to in-depth interviews. Get the facts and stay informed. We're breaking down complex issues, highlighting community voices, and holding people behind the badge accountable. Join us for an informative hour every Friday at noon on WBOK. Your city, your police, your show. The Monitor's Mic.
the National World War II Museum. Located in the Warehouse District of New Orleans, the National World War II Museum tells the story of America's experience in the war that changed the world, why it was fought, how it was won, and what it means today. Visit them online at www.nationalww2museum.org for time tickets and safety information.
Meet Leanna, a part-time chef and full-time mom. In the past, Leanna didn't have health insurance because she didn't think she could afford it. What she didn't realize is she qualified for Medicaid. She loves the coverage and peace of mind that comes with high-quality care. The kind of care you get with Healthy Blue. This is Medicaid, and it's for more people than you think. Maybe even you. To see if you qualify, go to myhealthybluela.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Benefit Solution Group annual enrollment period update. Who do I have on the line with me today?
Hey, this is Lori Swanigan, CEO of the Benefit Solutions Group.
And I'm Vanessa Scott, broker senior advisor with the Benefit Solutions Group.
Can you guys tell me what is annual enrollment period?
The annual enrollment period, the acronym for it is AEP. It starts October the 15th and it goes through December the 7th.
Why is open enrollment so important?
It is a time for anyone with Medicare, any person with a red, white, and blue card can actually get a plan. There are forms that you need to fill out to even get your prescription drugs. So can we go ahead and throw that number out there?
Yes, let's do it.
Again, that number is 504-621-3687. Awesome. And that's going to be Vanessa Scott coming to your doorstep.
It's Benefit Solution Group. Don't let the laws change and leave you stuck out. Get your Medicare review today at 504-621-3687. Benefit Solution Group is a licensed independent agency not affiliated with the U.S. government. We offer Medicare, Advantage Part D, and Medicare plans for major carriers in our market area.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM. Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks, welcome back. I tell you that I had a lot on my mind, and I'm glad I had some time just to take a moment and put my words to pen and paper. So my commentary, I'm gonna talk about it, but I want y'all to talk about it too, and call me up and tell me what you think. But I was listening to the council budget meeting, and I was really interested in the everyday people that understood and understand the budgeting process, and even parts of the budget that we seem to intentionally exclude from the process. I know some of you may be scratching your head. Maybe you turned your radio up. Maybe you looking at each other and saying, what are you talking about? Because there are more things that we need to be discussing instead of, did we get the bond? We got bond for the remainder of this year. We'll probably get some more for next year. But it was interesting to me because it usually benefits those wealthy supporters for tax benefits and a whole lot of other stuff that don't necessarily spell out cash in the general fund. It spells out what we can do to benefit those wealthy folks. But do we put that in a value to those folks? Well, what do you mean? We're going to reduce the number of hours that you're going to be able to work. We're going to furlough you. We're going to make sure that some folks, if your job is not essential, you won't be returning. I'm going to make a promise that I'm going to cut a whole lot of these other folks. So we're going to look at that as these are the number of people that we're going to get rid of at the end of the year. But honestly, are we getting rid of those folks at the end of the year because of budget issues? Or are we getting rid of those folks because of the change of the administration? Come on now, help me. My question for many is, are you getting answers to the questions you're asking? Because as I was looking at that camera today and seeing all those folks come up to the desk with their 2x4 cards or their 4x4 cards, the cards they submitted for their time of 2 minutes to speak. Yeah, you have to make your point in 2 minutes or they cut the mic. It breaks my heart to hear these programs or these men and women that are the head of the programs, that are doing the work of the programs, that's not looking for today's headlines. They're not looking for newsworthy items to say, look what we doing, Mr. Charlie. That's not what they do. They just doing the work, but they need to be paid. They need to get some funding for it. They on the ground doing the work, and it broke my heart today to hear one after another coming to that desk and addressing the city council, sounding off pleading and damn near begging to don't forget our funding, make sure that we get our funding. I hope that you look at the funding. Here's what we're doing. Here's what has helped. Here's what we're doing. And then later on in the meeting, something that was addressed that was just as essential came from Councilman Oliver Thomas again. As he's letting the remainder of those council folks. Now remember, he's just one of 4 black men that's on that council. But he's the only one that I really heard address black boys. And I thought that was just as essential or not even, or even more important as those folks that were coming up and addressing and saying, hey, don't forget us when you're talking about funding. Don't cut our funding. So why am I addressing this? See, while all these folks, as you hear in the news, are patting each other on the back and saying that the police is doing a good job, and I ain't talking bad about the police. There ain't no need for me to talk bad about the police because there's enough coming. I'll just let y'all know it's coming. But we keep on addressing why crime is down and giving it to the police. No. The police come after the fact. After it done happened, they come to keep order. But it's those organizations that came to the desk today that's doing the work to keep these folks viable, to keep these young folks focused, to keep these families to rely on one another, to have something to look for. So while we patting each other on the back and saying, yeah, crime down, crime go, let that funding go away. And these young men and women, I'm going to say women too, because these young women, they can just be as rough as some of the boys sometimes. Let them go on out here with no direction, be out in the streets doing every little bad thing you can get your hands on. You better think again about what these funded programs really mean to the city of New Orleans communities. These programs get them focused, and they're getting focused by somebody usually that just had it as bad as they did. Now, let me go on to something else here because I think that I could probably get wrapped up in a whole show about that. Sunday's second line. It showed me something again that may have been prevented. Everybody like, what? Yeah, I told you NOPD is coming. See, you all have on staff a NOPD specialist that has been used by all federal agencies, local and probably somewhere else too, like the FBI, the ATF, Homeland Security, the NOPD, probably some of the sheriff's departments, and some other organizations. But the worst part about that you all have this specialist is more about him still being sidelined because he's under investigation. Why? No, he wasn't involved in nobody's domestic violence. No, he ain't steal or hit nobody. No, he wasn't drunk driving. What did he do then, Gerod? He worked too many hours. And y'all looked at his time clock, his time sheet, and said, it gotta be fraud. This almost makes me say, you're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't. See, he was always investigated and was investigated by a law firm that was hired by the NOPD. We need to investigate. Oh, okay, cool. You going to investigate? Yeah, we hired a law firm to investigate you. The law firm did the investigation, came back with the details of their conclusion, and told the NOPD, y'all dummity dumb. And got really upset. I'm talking about the organization, really got upset when it didn't come back in their favor. So you buried the results of the findings to keep him out of the office, because with him being on the investigation, y'all put him in a corner, took away most of his police powers. And now you're trying to find a way of getting rid of him. But he ain't doing nothing wrong. The person who made y'all make a decision like that calls himself doing an investigation on him, and he's not even an investigator. He worked for a university. He ain't never done no police work before. It didn't come back in your favor, and you buried the results of the... Now you're trying to get everybody else to get involved. The OIG, the ABCD, EFG, HIJK, LMNOP.
OPP.
You down with OPP? Yeah, you know me. And that person that I'm talking about, oh, everybody know who I'm talking about if you NOPD. Y'all know. And the reason why y'all know is because he was trained to the T on how to operate, identify, select, send to you, my brothers and sisters that's wearing the blue, pictures of potential perpetrators that could be out here on the street, or persons of interest that you're looking for through those crime cameras. Them crime cameras, what? Yeah, they identify the people in the area wanting to cause harm in advance and put police officers in those places and identify shooters and other offers and persons of interest. Well, why are you talking about that, Gerard? Well, let me tell you why. I'm glad you asked. Y'all are on it for a Monday. Y'all remember the what was the second line that was coming from the lower nine? And all that shooting was going on. Won't nobody on them cameras. They couldn't identify it. Won't nobody on them cameras. Didn't you learn by now that with as big as these second lines are coming, these second lines are at the end of the year? Y'all saw what happened last week at the second line. Everybody and their mama showed up. Well, we didn't have no big events, and we ain't had no big turn. We ain't had this, and we ain't had that. Won't no violence. Everybody got out here, and they did what they're supposed to do. Uh-huh. But imagine, I saw somebody out there that I didn't like. I'll see them next week when they get out there. So they had some killing yesterday. So as I'm watching the newscast last night, and I'm seeing all these folks and all these news folks that are walking up and asking questions, it made me ask two questions. First of all, are these news reporters a little dyslexic? Do they not know what questions to ask? Do they not know what to say? I ain't talking about everybody, but don't y'all have a list of stuff? Oh yeah, this is what we need to be asking at the second line. What? Why? And then the other thing that made me ask is because I saw my good friend Officer Reese, who is the public information officer for NOPD, a good person too. Reese is a good person. I have no quarrels with Reese. Reese does his job. But it makes you hang on every word when you're listening for information. And Reese did the standard. This is what happened at this time. At 5-something in the afternoon, there were some people that seemed to have some weaponry, and they pulled the trigger, and this one got shot, and this one got shot. This person was deceased on scene, and this person was rushed to the hospital, But the part of that standard philosophy of speaking made me really open up my eyes again, because Reese asked if anyone had any video footage during the second line. Please make sure that you share it with the police. I paused. Because the next question that would have come out of my mouth would have been, Officer Reese, didn't we learn from the lower 9 second line that we need to have somebody who knows how to operate these multi-million-dollar damn crime cameras that the citizens of New Orleans paid for? Didn't we have anybody operating those cameras so that we could pinpoint what happened? We'd have footage. We have a visual. We would have some suspects that we could put out here to say, this is who we're looking for. Instead of asking anybody that went to the second line to give us your cell phone, because to me, that's like snitches get stitches. Don't put them people in that type of predicament. So did we ask? Because if dude, y'all know who I'm talking about, NOPD, y'all know who I'm talking about. If they ain't caught him doing nothing and he been under investigation, how long does an investigation last? Because this one been 18 months. If y'all gonna investigate me, who do y'all have doing the investigation? The OIG? Oh, oops. I'm sorry, he can't do the investigation about what happened to the money for the city. But I'm just saying, what's important? Do we have our priorities together? Do we? Because it looks like to me we doing the same thing over and over and over again. And we getting those promises over and over and over again. And you sit back and saying, what changed? What changed? What stopped the bloodshed? What stopped the money from going to the people that's doing the work? Did something change? Is it going to change? I don't know. We got to take a break. We'll take our break here. We'll come back. We'll get to some of these phone calls. 504-582-9422 is the number, y'all. Make sure you get at me. More coming up next.
David Patan Sr., owner of Whole Water and Food Over Medicine Academy, coach, consultant, and instructor. We're excited about our 21-day challenge. Stop, prevent, and reverse disease today. Cholesterol, diabetes type 2, high blood pressure, along with chronic illnesses and diseases. We believe that the gift of wellness is the greatest gift, and for $30 per month, $1 a day, you could have this gift for you and your family.
I'm Phyllis Washington, and I've benefited with health and weight loss.
For your gift of $30, healing and wellness can be yours. Call 504-701-4711. That's 504-701-4711. The Whole Water Store. See you at 2135 Washington Avenue today.
Hi, this is Arnie Filko. Let's elevate every Tuesday through Thursday from 6 to 7 o'clock p.m. as we discuss the community, the country, and the world, from politics to current events to sports. We look forward to your input and continuing the quality programming on your community station, WBOK. Join Carrie and I every Tuesday through Thursday, 6 to 7 o'clock p.m. on Elevated Conversations, the Arnie and Carrie Show. See you soon.
You've got responsibilities, but that doesn't mean your dreams are on hold. At Southern University at New Orleans, our evening and weekend college is designed with your life in mind. Finish your degree, start a new one, on your time, your degree, your schedule. No excuses, just opportunity. Visit suno.edu and make your next move today.
I'm Wendell Pierce. Thanks for making WBOK your station. WBOK.
Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All righty then. Yes, we are back. 504-582-9422 is the number to get in contact with us. What's going on, Pop Jones?
Hey, G-Man.
What's going on with you there, sir?
Oh, man, look. I'm sorry I missed Thanksgiving dinner, but I had a choice. Coming there, going by my son. I had to go by my son.
Oh, yeah, you had to do that.
Yeah, I couldn't make it, but I wanted to. But you probably be at the next one.
We had a good time. We had a very good time.
I know, yeah. I had a good time last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. Plenty of food right up front. Entertainment, it's great, man.
Yeah.
If a person just to be there, not that. They may have had some other choices, but I had to go with my son, so I couldn't make it. But look, G-Man, I've been hearing talking heads has been holding T responsible as long as I've been listening for everything that is going on with the city budget.
The mayor?
Been holding her responsible.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, though, Pop, at the end of the day, that's on her watch. Everything is under her watch. What I don't like the fact is that, she didn't do it all by herself. And some of those issues with the budget do fall back on those that work in the administration and those that work in the city council.
Mm-hmm. But where I have this where my problem is. People that's been a part of, that's been right there with the, I would say a part of the administration, I don't see where they've done jack below there.
They did what?
They haven't done jack below there to really help the situation. And all they've done is criticize the man. These are the people that's going to take them, say they're going to take them 8 years to straighten her out. What you think about that?
I don't know. There's so many different parts of that budget that, yeah, it probably going to take them some time. But if this is going to be serious, that's the question. How serious these folks are going to be with this budget issue? And then I'm also hearing there may be another part of time that we have to take out another bond loan. So those are the things that I'm a little worried about. How are we going to pay back? What's the time frame that we're going to pay back the first part of this bond loan? And then, of course, how how much money is the city going to collect? Because I heard a lot of pie in the sky today, and it was, I'm like you on this. I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer. But I will tell you one thing: when somebody sits up there and tells me that we're going to make these millions of dollars when we do this and we're going to do that and do that, and I'm like, then okay, that's cool. We're going to make all these money, but how much are we paying out? Because that part was left out. We're going to pay a private company to do traffic enforcement, as far as parking enforcement, but we're not telling the contract of how much that contract costs us to get them to be with 15 to 20 more parking attendants. That to me is major. You should need to tell me how much it's going to cost. So I hope that the city is getting ready to find out that we can do a whole bunch of stuff here and put people to work without having to keep going on and hiring outside.
The new administration is going to lay off a whole lot of people and drop this, drop that. Now you're talking about a poison, in my opinion, is not taking part of anything as far as I would say the black community is concerned. I mean, don't you think like the second lines and all these things has played a great part in the budget of the city?
Do I think that takes a great part of the city as far as budgeting is concerned?
Yeah, as far as I know, these second lines seem like to me, I know they had one coming from church, and you can't hardly get around, because it's so big.
Well, I think
so
the second lines,
producers.
Yeah, the second lines pay into the city. We're not paying into the second lines, but they pay into the city. So there's a difference in the way that money goes, because now that it's a pretty big cost to have a second line. It ain't cheap no more.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Right.
Well, how could a person that have never taken part in none of that, and all they've done is criticize all this stuff, and they say it's going to take them 8 years. What, they going to get another 8 years after that?
And when you say it's going to take them 8 years for what?
To straighten all this out.
Yeah, it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time. I'm not going to sit up here and tell you they can't straighten it out tomorrow. It's going to take some time. I don't know how long. I don't know if they're giving themselves a whole bunch of
I tell you, I'm
leeway.
not too optimistic.
Yeah.
Look at what part this person has taken part in the past. I'm looking at a miracle.
I hope that everybody can remember. Now this is early 70s, 80s. I can remember looking up some footage. I think it was Jim Singleton. Let me see who else. Let me see. A couple of other folks that were on city council. This ain't the first time that we've had a budget mess up like this. But I know that Jim Singleton was the spokesperson to say we got to get it together. Who else was that? Lambert Bossier. Lambert Bossier Sr. was on city council then. I think Jim Singleton, Lambert Bossier, a couple of other folks. Don't hold it to my head right now. But they all had. This ain't the first time that we had a real big budget crisis. And trying to get it and overspending and trying to get it taken care of. This is the first time I think that since we've had some modern technology and then big voices on the city council that criticize folks about their budgeting and never really took credit or took any type of responsibility for their part of this, because honestly, the city council is supposed to watch over the budget.
Amen.
Now they're making a concession to say like it's something special. I heard Lil Red Bottom say that today, like it's a concession that we're going to make sure that we watch over this, if not, every other month and maybe bi-weekly. That means you finally doing your damn job. That's what that means.
So I tell you what, I'm not that optimistic because I don't see how a person that have not taken any part in helping only criticize.
Right.
You see my point?
Yeah. I mean, there's enough
How?
I mean, what's
are they gonna perform a miracle?
What's any difference between him and your president? Ain't helping. All they do is criticize. So I don't know if he got his.
Well, you get my point.
Yeah, I don't know if he got all of his moves.
That's
from
exactly
him or
what I'm talking about.
So that's
if
what
you would compare, you bring out exactly what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You compare their record. That's what I'm talking about,
Yep.
man.
So, and there we go.
And then you expect that person to solve something and look at their record. That I think that says it all right there.
Yeah, yeah. So, and then you got to remember too, when we start talking about the number of people that's going to lose their job and we're going to have to cut down and da-da-da. Pay attention to listen to me. Pay attention to that and see how many people are going to lose their job in this administration that are going to be replaced by the new administration. Are they really losing their position because we need to cut down? Or are they losing their job because I don't want you on my team? You was with the last administration.
All
right.
Go on. I know I was gonna bring it out to you, man.
Yeah. So
I know
sometimes
if I kept talking to you,
a blink of the eye can be something else. That's all.
yes, indeed.
All right, my good friend.
I know you know what time it is.
That's funny.
Yes, I know if I kept talking to you,
It'll get that way.
it's
coming.
Tell what time it was.
All right, my friend.
So
let
I
me go.
tell you
We
what.
got to get ready for my news coming up here, but it was good.
Yeah,
I'm glad to be back.
We gonna see. We gonna see just what you said.
Yep. Just keep watching.
A whole lot of people gonna be doing this job.
It's gonna be some hocus pocus somewhere.
Ooh, brother.
I'll talk to you later.
All right, G man.
We got Pop excited when Pop said, ooh. Well, let me do that hocus pocus. And then in the new movie out, Now You See Me, Now You Don't. Yeah, it's a new movie. It's part 2. Yeah, Now You See Me, Now You Don't. We gonna make us a movie for the city of New Orleans. Now you see me, now you don't. What disappeared? $160 million. Come on, folks, come see the show. You'll be amazed. Why? You'll be amazed because we're gonna teach you how to blow money. Did you get it? News is next.
From the campus of Xavier University, WBOK Go and Equity Media Station.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. President Trump says migration from all third world countries is paused permanently until the U.S. immigration system recovers. This follows the fatal shooting of a National Guard member by an Afghan national who Attorney General Pam Bondi says should have never been allowed into the country.
They did very little, if minimal, vetting on all of these people.
Trump vows to remove non-citizens who aren't net assets. Jaquan Stembridge, the youngest assistant secretary in Georgia GOP history, has resigned after being caught in a child sex predator sting in Athens. Stembridge, who chairs Georgia Teen Republicans, allegedly tried to meet an underage boy. No arrests have been made, and the party will fill his vacant post. And boxing stars Shadeja Green and Clarissa Shields are trading jabs online. Green accuses Shields of lying in a video montage, while Shields dismisses the feud as hype and points to her record. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
Yes, indeed.
I was waiting for the old man.
That was
to run.
the old man sit down because I saw you when you went. That was the old man sit down?
Yeah, that's the old man sit down.
Yes, indeed.
You sit down, you go, ugh.
You know, I don't remember if I did this or not, and because I wasn't available on Saturday, I could not check. But before we get off the air, I want to make sure I acknowledge, especially for me and you, Wick, something that both of us had said something on our Facebook page, that when we were coming up in this game of radio. Wait a minute, hold on. I'm trying to get back up.
Oh, Lord.
No, the seat went down. Both of us were in a situation where all of us knew one another. You know, we all got to know all of our jocks, and it was disturbing to me to hear that one of those guys was J.C. Kelly.
Man, bro, that messed me up.
And I was actually over at Willie Mays. Me and Deborah Chapman, we went to go eat. Deborah Chapman, a great friend of mine. And we were going to eat. I said, I need me some chicken and some red beans and rice. And we were over there, and Captain Charles plays over there on Thursday nights. And Captain Charles walked up to me. He said, Brian, you heard? I said, heard what? He said that J.C. Kelly passed. I said, what? He said, yeah, and he had it on Facebook and everything. And A.D. Barry called me that weekend, too. He was like, yeah, because all of us used to hang together. And with me being the program director, you know, y'all used to just get on my nerves just to get on my nerves.
Yeah.
But I knew y'all did it in love, so that's why I just dealt with it. But JC was one of those guys that he had something to prove. Because he wasn't the regular, I'm going to be there every day, I'm on the air every day. He just wanted to be on the air.
Well,
and he worked with his diction. Y'all know, y'all used to pick with him really bad, bruh.
Truth be told, back in the days when he was known as DJ E. He and I started at Y94 at the same time.
Huh?
He and I started at Y94 at the same time when Amen 940 was a rap station.
Okay.
And he used to have a long jerry curl. I used to call him Easy E just to mess with him.
Oh, wow. But
that was my boy, man.
It disturbed me to hear that whatever it was that was the ailment, I didn't ask. But
I didn't either.
I talked to a sister. Because I didn't believe her. I was like, Captain Charles, you got to be kidding me, man. I'm thinking that, so I called the sister. And she's like, yeah, it did happen. So I was wondering, and I told her, I said, please let me know. But I didn't hear back from her, and I know she probably had her hands full that her brother had passed. But, you know, my prayers go out to his family, condolences to his family as well, and my boy, DJ E.
Yep.
J.C. Kelly.
That was a hard one to swallow.
Yeah, very much
really
so.
A hard one.
Because he all of us the same age.
Yeah.
So I was like, man.
Yeah, we all started back. Well, we started back in 1988.
Well, I think I got here in 88, 89.
Yeah.
So
you got there because we were at that time. We were still on WYLD was still on 2-lane. No, we were still on 2-lane in a little building. That's when we started in 88.
Okay.
And then we moved not too long after that.
Yeah, on Gravity Street.
Yeah, on Gravity.
Yeah. All right, Galloway, how you doing, buddy?
What's going on, Brother Gerod, man? Sorry to hear about your passing of your friend, man.
Yeah, right. That kind of took us back a little bit.
Yeah, man. Every time you talk about 88, 89, 90, yeah, I was one of them little bad youngins out there then, man. Thought I was grown, boy. Sneaking into rumors, whispers, and stars back then in my day.
All us was.
Yes, sir, man. Man, I got some questions for you, and I hope you got some answers, man.
I can tell you now that the majority of those answers would be, I don't know, but go ahead.
Well, over this past weekend, man, I was reading about the budget deficit of 1986. It was only $10 million back then, and I know there was a lot of money back in '86. But they cut 200 employees, and then they cut 20% of the people's salary. And then Mayor Bartholomew said 20% of his salary, he'll cut that. Now, my question is, in 2026 coming up, who is going to decide what are they going to cut? Are they going to vote for it at city council? And is the mayor willing to take a pay cut?
Maybe. Now this is my thought, and I don't know because I'm not a budgeting person. Maybe I need to ask Kerry tomorrow because I don't think he's going to be here today, but I know he'll probably be here tomorrow. But one of the things that I think needs to happen is they need to reorganize the structure of pay for the city. Now, some of those, and this is how I really feel, not to say that nobody deserves what they're worth, but I got to be able to look at you and say that you're in a medium market. There has not been a medium market change that makes me say that we need to change from a medium market pay to a major market pay, because in some of these positions, we are paying major market salaries for medium or less than medium market results. There has not been, all right, and here's my difference. There has not been any difference in sewage and water board. Why you paying so much for a new director? There has not been such a change with the airport. There has not been such a change with other departments that makes us do national search to find a police chief that's going to receive more money than the top 10 markets. We are a top 50 market. That's what we are. We're not in top 10. We're not even in the top 20, 30, or 40. We are a 50, 51. Depending on how many people are going to be counted in the next census, we might be 52, 53. Because we got people moving from here. And if we don't change some stuff, I'm looking around and saying, we farm everything out. We don't hire. You know, we instead of trying to take a look at the people that are here that could learn the skill, live the skill, and then teach them the skill to get a living wage, we farm it out and pay millions of dollars to a company that we don't know if they're going to work or not. I'm like that.
Was about to be my next part. Is there any push for this new administration coming in to go up to Baton Rouge and said this minimum wage down here in New Orleans has to increase from $7.25? It has to, Gerard.
Yeah.
Because if it does not, we've already talked about it, and I think we beat it to death about how we're being outpriced out of your homes and everything else. Because if you're not making $15 to $18 right now, good luck trying to live and put 3 meals in your stomach every day.
Well,
so
what's interesting in what you just said, we're going to keep messing around, stalling, making it longer and longer to get to $15 to $18 to $20. And then by the time that we get there, we're going to be looking for $24, $25 to have a living wage.
You got that right, because listen, what they got, 4 weeks, and then healthcare prices going to go up again?
Yep.
If they don't come up with a deal, you got to look at that too.
Yep.
You know, I was talking to the National Guard this past weekend when I was down there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they was lost and confused as usual. But them dudes said, look, we doing this for our regular drill duties.
Yep.
That's all we doing.
Yep.
This was not to go anywhere outside of the French Quarter. So So what are we really doing to try? If you're trying to prevent crime and all this other stuff, the crime just not only in the French Quarter. And trust me, they were still fighting like cats and dogs in the French Quarter.
Really?
I'm talking about, oh man, hey, the National Guard wasn't doing nothing. Hey, everybody had their camera out, and I just did like the rest of the people. I just eased on down the road like I was on the wheels. I just eased on down the road. I ain't getting involved in none of this crap that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, did you change your name back from Pablo yet?
No, bro. I'm still Pablo. I had a couple of people over there, and it's like, how you feel about it? I was like, I don't care. They were like, no. You could be one of them that they come and chase.
You see what they did in Gretna, right?
I saw what they did at the Home Depot and then ran across the West Bank Expressway over there to Florida Decor.
Well, I had my T-shirt on say "Run Amigo Run" because Amigo was getting it, but he wasn't getting it fast enough.
He wasn't fast
You got to
enough.
get you one of them shirts that say "Run Amigo Run."
Yes, indeed.
But I tell you what though, Brother G, I keep telling folks, if you getting yourself involved in that, you might want to watch yourself.
Yeah.
Everything is changing nowadays, man. But you know, this budget stuff again, going back to that, I'm really interested, and I watched that this morning like you watched it.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's crazy to have people to go up there. They wasn't negotiating. They were literally begging.
They were begging.
For them.
They weren't just trying to. It's not like there's a list of who's doing what. You can't tell me you don't know. And those folks were going up there and saying, hey, this is what we do. Here's what we got. We got to keep the funding to keep our kids off the street. And that was the theme of the day, trying to keep them kids off the street. And it just made me answer the question. It made me answer the question. And the question was, why y'all sitting around trying to pat yourselves on the back saying crime is down? Oh, we had a all-time low. And y'all looking at Granny being, the savior for the police department, and the police department done this and keeping killings down. No, these the real heroes that ain't looking for no pat on the back.
And you telling so much the truth. It's so many unsung heroes, different organizations that I don't want to say their name on the air because I don't want their funding to be cut. But It's a lot of organizations I know that open up the rec centers and basketball courts and gyms and stuff. Yep. And I've seen these folks at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning playing basketball. And I ain't talking about 2 or 3 young men. I'm talking 15, 20 young black boys. Mm-hmm. And I said, thank goodness for these folks. And I hope they can keep their funding. Because if not, what happened yesterday, that's just going to be a little small one compared to if you don't have these men actually occupied doing something. Mm-hmm. You see how fast that went yesterday, and how many police was out at that second line?
I can imagine.
Quite a bit.
I can imagine.
It was quite a bit out there, and it was quite more people. I guarantee it was more people out there that voted. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna throw that out there, man. But G man, I ain't gonna hold you up longer. But G man, check this out. Now I ain't gonna run. I'm not gonna check this out. You talked about they had that police officer under investigation for 18 months.
18.
Now tell that man just go ahead on and plead guilty to 6 counts of wire fraud, and JP and Troy Carter or write him a letter to the judge. You get house arrest. Now I'm up out of here. Yes, have a good one, G.
He gonna lose his income though. Yep, he'll lose his income. I would not say nothing. I'm doing my job. They called me at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning asking me to do something. Yeah, it's going on my timesheet. I'm going on my timesheet. Well, I said what I had to say on that. And the reason I said that is because it's the truth. But you're not going to hear that on the radio. You're not going to hear that on the nightly news. So the more that we talk about it, the more you know about it, the more that you get down and break yourself off and say, hey, I'm going to the next session where there is something being talked about it, the better. Don't leave your folks standing out here, sitting out here by themselves, wondering, does anybody care about what's happening to them? Because you could be next. You could be next. All right. So I want to bring something up, too, that I know that we got to shake our head to. When I talk about NOPD, it has, I don't know if all the NOPD folks know. I'm not certain that you all are been informed on this, but it has been brought to our attention and in the news. You can actually go to Newswire that you all will be assisting ICE. What? Come on in here, baby. How you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing okay, G. How you doing?
Happy holidays.
Ooh, happy holidays.
She all up in the shot. She ain't even in the shot. You ain't got her in the shot.
I'm not in the shot yet.
Yeah, no. He's so sensitive. He's just so sensitive. Now
There we go.
It just went through.
You know it takes 30 seconds for it to pop up.
If I knew that, I wouldn't have said that.
Now you know it.
Wah, wah.
And now you know it's knowing half the battle.
Wah,
Well,
wah.
I am
G.I.
thankful.
Joe.
I am thankful for Wick's hard work this Thanksgiving. Okay. I am thankful for you, G, having me
don't
on
even
every
play.
week.
That was a moment. That
What? I gotta give my thanks to y'all.
Mm.
It's not just the holiday, it's real thanks.
What y'all do for the holiday?
Oh, we did what we always do. I made the same meal
was gonna
that I
ask, did you
always
cook?
do. Yeah. You
Because
know,
I remember
cook.
last year I was trying to come over your house.
Right. I cook gumbo, turkey, dressing, seafood.
Beans, greens, tomatoes,
seafood
potatoes.
dressing,
You did
macaroni and cheese. Yeah. Potato salad. My aunt brings the pies. My sister-in-law bought the yams. We had a really good time. I called you too. It was hard to catch up with you. I know you was running the streets in your hometown.
No, I was here.
You was here.
Yeah, well, we did the big Thanksgiving dinner over at the convention center.
Oh, right.
So at the last moment, I wasn't last moment, but it was something too that we were wondering were we going to have the money to do it, or were they going to try to snatch it back through the city, the money that was needed to fix all the food, the bands, the sound, and everybody, and being at the convention center. So we had it. People came too, boy. But,
You
that was
are a
Susan.
hero.
That's Susan's last one.
Oh, that's the last one?
Yeah, that was her last one.
Y'all are heroes, man.
When I tell you about 2,000 folks,
Ooh, that is beautiful.
and they came and partied, they ate, and they went home. We were done by 1 o'clock.
Oh, wow. See, you could have came by me.
I said, didn't know.
See, you always have an open invitation for the holidays to come through, G. You like family at this point.
Well, my family came down too.
Beautiful.
My daughter in Atlanta, her and her mother, came down here, and she co-hosted with me.
Oh,
Yeah, we had a good time. We had a good time.
I gotta go back and watch the episode. That is
Mhm.
so sweet.
So we had all the different fixings you could possibly think of. I didn't eat. That's how busy I was.
Of course.
And then my knee gave out.
Oh no.
I was on stage too long. You know, like you, I'm
With
walking.
the boot.
Yeah, I'm walking.
You was on stage too long.
I was on stage too long.
Oh, you be giving it your all to the people.
But we had a great time. I was glad to see so many people. So many people came and gave. Susan Love, of course, with her doing this for the last time. She was a little emotional because she knows what it means to the community.
Right.
Former Sheriff Charles Fody, he came through. Nicole Shepard, Judge Nicole Shepard came. Lakeisha came. Judge Lakeisha, she came. We had a lot of the deputies. Everybody came through just to show their appreciation. And we were in there and out of there. And then I went home and went to sleep.
That's wonderful. You deserve the sleep.
I was tired.
You deserve the sleep.
Yeah.
I should also say my dad came and he came through and he chopped up some of my seasonings and stuff for me. So I gotta
You
say
look real.
that was a teamwork.
Wait a minute. That don't sound like teamwork. That looked like he did all the work.
No. He chopped up all of my stuff for me in advance. So all I had to do was come and put everything together.
Yeah, I'm gonna call your dad.
You should call
I'm
him.
gonna call him and find out.
He gonna want to hear from you.
Dad, you did
He'll
all the
tell
work.
you.
You did
No,
all the-
he didn't do all the work.
He did all the work.
I wouldn't let my dad do all that work. Usually it'd be me and my mom doing everything.
I know he's sitting back right now going, "Woo!" Ooh.
You know he gonna have something to say. Matter of fact, don't call him because he gonna say, "Yeah, Gerod, I did everything."
Yep. So let me ask you this in the political thought.
Well, let me say one thing
Okay.
too.
Mm-hmm.
Over the holiday weekend, I had a article drop or a piece drop that I did for Loyola. It's in their magazine, their Just South magazine, or Just South newsletter. So you could find that online. Also, I'm going to just give you the link and you could drop it on your Facebook. We could do it like the way we always do. So I had that drop the day before Thanksgiving. And then I just came from doing the podcast, which is why I'm a little late. So we did a podcast for the article over at Loyola. And the piece is called Trailer of Tears. And it's looking back on 20 years since Katrina and the role of colonialism in our rebuilding process.
So let me ask you this. What did you think, too, that over the weekend, we saw ICE take down at least 5 of the Latino folks. It started over at Home Depot on the West Bank.
Yeah.
And ended up running across the West Bank Expressway to Floor & Decor, where they were tackling him. And they were also trying to get the people to stop recording.
Yes.
And they were like, we know our rights.
Yes.
You need to be 10 feet back. It's like, what law is that? I think that they what's interesting to me about this whole scenario is, so I don't want to sound like the guy that's like, he's just so prejudiced, even though I probably am. It had to have been interesting to me to see the folks that showed up with the signs, with the protest signs. Like right when this is happening, they got them down on the ground. People showing up with the protest signs.
Yeah.
White people.
Yeah.
Where they coming from?
That's great. I don't know where they're coming from, but I can tell you that that's great. That's what I feel like that's what we need. Now, I just did this on Loyola's podcast.
I know that's why I said I'm gonna wait. Okay, since you done brought it out.
I'm just saying I just did the story where I talked about it, but
okay, let's talk about it as soon as we take the break.
Okay, we could take the break.
Let's take the break, and then what we'll do, we'll come back and we'll have this conversation. Also, open up the telephone line.
Okay.
Well, coming up, y'all. Everybody, hold tight.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat, brought to you by FidelityWealthManagement.com. Earn Your Leisure is a financial literacy platform that wants more people from more backgrounds to learn how to invest. They host events throughout the year, including their annual Invest Fest. Speaking of Bloomberg, Earn Your Leisure co-founder Rashad Bilal says one space he's trying to get more people interested in is investing in Africa.
The continent has immense resources. Obviously, everybody knows that. The youngest population. So I think that there's a lot of enthusiasm right now about Africa. There's a lot of success stories that's happening in Africa right now. So I think that that's something that our audience has been very enthusiastic about.
Earn Your Leisure co-founder Rashad Bilal. Bloomberg recently hosted the Africa Business Summit in Johannesburg to discuss some of the top issues and opportunities in the continent. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor gets to know you and your goals to build a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll analyze all your accounts, even the ones they don't manage, to keep an eye on taxes and provide proactive portfolio insights that can help you unlock your wealth's full potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
On the golf tee, it's Skechers World Champions Cup. Watch it live December 4th and 5th on ESPN and ESPN Plus, 12 to 4 p.m. It's PGA Champions Tour golfers from all over the world. Team USA versus Team Europe versus Team International. Watch it live December 4th and 5th on ESPN and ESPN Plus, 12 to 4 p.m. The competition will be tense, but feet will be comfy. Tune in to Skechers World Champions Cup. Final round of golf on Sunday, December 7th on ABC, 1 to 5 p.m.
This is Monica Pierre along with Sally Ann Roberts Daybone, co-host of Your Power is On.
Tune in Sunday mornings from 7 to 8 a.m. for music that feeds the spirit. Get your Sunday on.
Right here on WBOK 1230 a.m. and WBOK1230.com, the station you listen to all day long.
Tired of the impersonal, one-size-fit-all style of banking? You deserve a bank that delivers exceptional service and personalized attention to your needs. That's the Home Bank Standard. Since 1908, Home Bank has been a trusted financial partner for businesses and families because we go the extra mile to help you reach your goals. See for yourself why Home Bank is good for business, good for life. Stop by any New Orleans area location or find out more at home24bank.com. Home Bank, member FDIC.
Tune in to The Monitor's Mic, where we talk about oversight, policing, and you. Hosted by the Office of Independent Police Monitor. We're here to shine a light on policing issues that matter, from real-time policing updates to in-depth interviews. Every Friday at noon on WBOK.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM. Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks, welcome back. Welcome back. It's really not funny. It really ain't funny. I'm sorry.
It's a shame.
It's a shame. Well, I'm looking at this story, but I'm like, all I can do is I want to say, get you some. That's his line.
That's his line?
Yeah. Like, whenever you want some justice, you need to get you some.
Oh, my gosh. That's a little too aggressive for the crimes.
Should be. I don't want to give you none.
I'm going to take me some. It ain't funny. That's what I'm saying.
I shouldn't have sent that to you.
We couldn't help it.
I shouldn't have sent that story to you.
So, if everybody's wondering what we're talking about.
Say it.
Oh, I'm
It's
saying
out
he
there.
don't advertise with us.
It's all out there, so.
New Orleans personal injury attorney was arrested Sunday. Who was that? Mike Bradner, the attorney y'all see on TV all the time. He was arrested for domestic violence offenses in Mandeville. That's according to jail records from the St. Tammany Parish Sheriff's Office. Mike Bradner was taken into custody by the Mandeville Police Department. He was booked on counts of false imprisonment, domestic abuse battery, and serious bodily injury and domestic abuse battery. Bond was set in each count and was listed as to be set by the judge. No release date is shown in the records. Further details by the arrest were not immediately available. Now, they said this happened on the 30th. So, by state law, because we had to deal with this before, there is a cool-down period.
Cool-off period.
That if you are arrested for domestic violence, you cannot go in and get immediately out. You got to spend at least 24 to 48 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody got him in jail saying, ooh.
So he just got out.
Let's get you some.
Oh, my God.
Come here, mate. We want to get a thumb. That's terrible. You know I'm ignorant. I don't know why y'all don't let me look at no stories like this. He used to advertise. He used to advertise here. He did used to advertise here. But he got mad when something was said on the morning show about he was listening one morning and somebody said something about being black and da-da-da-da. He didn't like it, and he pulled all his advertising and never came back.
What? He got mad when black people started talking about being black on a black radio station.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
But that was when he was first starting out as a personal injury attorney in New Orleans. we were the stepping stone then.
Of course, that's how people try to use black folk.
So, Mike, get you some. 3, 4, 5, 1, 1, 1, 1.
Mm-hmm.
Get you some.
Especially for a domestic battery attempted, what they say, alleged domestic battery. Don't they
It
not
really
like
ain't
that
funny. It
in
really is
jail?
not funny. It ain't funny because I don't know what happened to the young lady. When you start talking about, imprisonment, I mean, she wanted to leave and he wouldn't let her leave.
Oh.
So, I mean, I've seen a couple of things in my time, but that's usually what happens. Then and they get into a physical altercation. She tries to leave, he won't let her leave. All I know is, as an attorney, whether it's personal injury or any other attorney, you should have known better.
Mm-hmm.
For
sure.
You should have known better. And some of these guys, it ain't their fault. It be the women's fault. But some of the times it is the guy's fault, too. But we're the ones that usually go to jail.
Yeah.
We go to jail quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Yeah. Usually.
Yep. So, on that one,
Go
she
ahead.
got her some.
Oh, she got her some justice, huh? Oh my.
Now, somebody's going to see his commercial tomorrow morning and they're going to remember that I did this.
They're going to be dying at their TVs tomorrow.
They're going to be like, what is wrong with you? Because somebody in your house is not going to know what they're talking about, but they're going to know that I said this to them.
Right.
And you heard it.
Right.
The other people in your house may not have heard it. You're going to start cracking up and you're going to be wondering because you're going to see him with the bat.
No, not with a bat. Oh my God. I didn't know they
He
had
walking
a
around
bat
with
in
a
the
bat.
commercial too.
You need justice? Pow!
See?
Get you some!
He was already equating justice and
I was like, oh, Lord. You're so violent. For real, though. All right. All right, that's the laugh for the day. I'm sorry, Mike.
Whoa.
Get you some! What was you trying to do, Mike? I was trying to get me some!
Oh my gosh.
I am totally sorry I sent you that article.
Have you seen the commercial?
Yeah.
He changed his whole thing around, walking around like he a bad man with a bat and stuff. Walking around with it across his head and be like, you need justice. You know what those insurance company hate to see? Me. If you need somebody to get you out of that position and get you the most money you need, call me. I'm Mike Badner. If you need justice, call me so we can get you some.
Oh.
That's what it is.
My.
I'm like, Lord, have mercy. Oh, I got plenty more of them before the show's out.
Oh, I know
just
you
want
do.
you to know.
I know.
Mm-hmm. Before the show goes today, I held off all show. I didn't. Now that you're here,
You just gonna let it out.
I'm gonna let it go. Mm-hmm. Watch every day. I mean, the rest of the day, the rest of the week, everybody gonna be calling me, going like, "I saw the commercial with the bat." All right.
Yes.
You had something too. What you had? I forgot what you brought. Oh yeah, we got to go back to what we were talking about before the break.
Yes. Okay, so I said I put out or Loyola, the Jesuit Social Justice Research Institute, put out my newsletter.
Okay, all right.
My article, my shortened article. It's really just an excerpt in their newspaper. And you can find that online. It's on Just South Monthly's newsletter. Okay, and we're We're going to post it too, G.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, so you started talking about Border Patrol and ICE being inside of the city. And you were talking about the fact that they apprehended a guy who was at Home Depot who then crossed the expressway over to
Floor and Decor. And the next shopping center across two. So he actually went across 4 lanes and the median to get to the other side.
Median.
Well, the neutral ground. So whoever Pablo was, he was hauling ass.
Is his name really Pablo?
No, I was saying I'm sorry. I don't know his name.
We got to find that brother's name for justice. But
Juan.
What?
Get you some.
Oh, that brother needs justice. He needs to get him some.
I'm sorry, Juan. Go ahead.
I was going to say, because you talked about white people showing up.
Oh, they were there with their signs. I'm like, where did they come from?
First of all,
because I was trying to figure out, was it staged?
Okay, several things. One is possible it could be staged. 2 is people were getting prepared and ready because we did have forewarning that this was about to take place. 3rd is that they targeted a Home Depot, which also goes to, some of my foundational analysis about these issues is that we wind up receiving immigrants, legal or illegal, as a result of Hurricane Katrina and them doing work. So they're almost like stigmatized as laborers inside of the city. And I've told you before, I just want to make sure I point out, because I said it once they announced that they would be coming inside the city, is that they have always tried to stoke fear amongst us that the Latinos were going to come in and create gangs and cause crime to skyrocket. And they said that we would be looking like LA. Well, note that it's been 20 years and that hasn't taken place.
Right.
Okay, so first of all, that's important that we note that it has not taken place. The other is that then because they're stigmatized as laborers, then ICE is going to do things like hit the Home Depot where they are trying to find work.
Right.
And so it's interesting that the guy would then be going and caught at Floor and Decor, which is another place where you would find illegal immigrants ready to perform labor.
And Lowe's.
Okay, and Lowe's. Okay, so that's number 1, is that they are attacking those people in that regard. And then the other thing that I was going to say is that is what white people should be doing, is putting their bodies on the line to be able to fight against what we are feeling is like the expressions of like white sovereignty that dictate who are the friends and who are the foes and the boundaries, who receives privileges and who receives punishments. That is what sovereignty is. And so white sovereignty is fully at work right now, especially when it comes to conservatism, the demands that are being brought on by the state, and the state also meaning Governor Jeff Landry calling for these people to come in. So white people have the privilege to be able to protect, to put their white skin on the line in ways that are privileged, even amongst activism and fights and struggles. So this is what white people who believe in standing up against state violence, being in solidarity with the most vulnerable and most targeted in society right now, this is some of the things that they should be doing, is right there on the front lines, absorbing some of this, also putting their careers, their school, and everything else on the line. It's the same thing as the students who wound up being camped out because they were for Palestine and against genocide happening on Palestinians. So this is kind of like what their struggle should be looking like, is standing up for those kind of people. Now, there's also always the idea that it could be staged, and I look at more things around me as though it's staged nowadays.
I looked at it as a stage because I was like, wait a minute. They got 5 ICE agents on one dude. You can't even see the man.
Do you mean what do you mean by staged? Do you mean staged on behalf of ICE?
No, I don't know. No, against ICE. Because they attacked the dude, running him through the store. It ain't funny. And it really ain't. But they were running him through the store, and then he ran across 4 lanes of highway on the West Bank Expressway and ended up in Florida court, and they chased him over there too.
Yeah, that's so sad.
And then they tackled him. You couldn't even see the guy that had so many ICE agents on him. But the guy that was filming, where did he come from? I'm here. I know what I'm doing. Da da da. And then you can see 2 other people in the background coming up with their phones.
Right.
And then, of course, the lady with the sign popped up. And I'm like, they must have been staged. They knew this was coming, or they're just sitting around waiting. And it was all white people.
I feel like that's a good question to ask, but they should be working in solidarity with Latinos and Latino serving institutions and programs.
You think if I go over Home Depot,
they snatching you, G?
What?
They snatching you?
No. Why would you think that?
Because
I'm sorry, you said it 3 times. Because. What?
Because the Supreme Court ruled that if you look a little like them, they could violate your rights to see. Okay, so that's why. I like that somebody asked, how does the illegal immigrant sweeps affect us as Black people? And I've said this before, and I just want to make sure I say it, is that we saw in Chicago when they landed that Black Hawk helicopter on top of that, or had it above that that apartment building in Chicago, and they raided those people at something like 4:00 in the morning and had little children standing outside naked in handcuffs. That goes to show it's not about being an illegal immigrant. Even Black people, and you got that happened a few months ago when ICE and the National Guard went inside of Chicago. Went inside of Chicago. So the idea that only illegal immigrants are affected is a farce. Like, that is not true. And what we're watching is state-sponsored violence, and I'm against state violence. Okay.
Well, they said so too, that they affected the U.S. Postal Service because they stopped a couple of the guys that were delivering mail as postmen, saying that they were illegals. But like, how can I be illegal? No, I'm a postman. They stopped him.
Well, that's happened before with some Native American people, even some people who were veterans who served the country. What we know right now is like, okay, even if there is a problem, as you say, with illegal immigration, the idea of going and snatching people off the streets is not how you get illegal immigrants. It's supposed to be something that you take up with through the courts. You try to get them to come in. You serve them notification. They get a chance. But we're seeing people show up at their appointments for immigration being snatched. So it's not about just being an illegal immigrant or doing it the right way. Like, people are getting snatched up regardless. You could be a legal immigrant. Where are the Russian illegal immigrants being pursued? Where are those people? Where are the people who are only coming to drop anchor babies who are Eastern Europeans? Where are they being pursued? What about the Ukrainian immigrants? The 250,000 of them wound up coming over. What about these white South Africans who are coming over after a fake genocide?
You said the key word.
Yeah.
White.
Yes.
All of them have that same skin color in common.
Exactly. And you're not going to see them target those communities. So they're targeting people who are coming from the southern border, and only one type of person is being targeted. And we live in close proximity with those people. And when it's happened in LA and when it's happened in Chicago, our communities have been impacted. Okay? So I think that those who believe in freedom and those who are against state-sponsored violence should be able to understand the fact that we don't want to allow even people who are in our close proximity to be targets, because we will too. I want to say one other thing. Here, a few months back, maybe even a few years back, they started using facial scanners, facial scanners.
AI.
Not just AI. They had ones that they had the face scanners for illegal immigrants. The NOPD was using them, and they started working in coordination with ICE. So they've already been working in coordination with ICE around facial scanners, but also cameras that have the AI surveillance in it can misidentify people.
Yeah, it's people of color anyway.
Especially people of color. So as we watch there be a target, we're also watching surveillance pop up around us. I'm in an area where flock cameras are everywhere. So my privacy as an American and my safety is at stake while they supposedly target illegal immigrants.
All right, y'all, we got to take a break here. We'll take a
I'm
break.
going to regret this.
Get you some!
Say this after me. Conseguirte. Say it. Come on. Conseguirte.
I'm not going to repeat you.
No, conseguirte.
They're not knocking at the door, are they?
No. Conseguirte algo.
They coming to get you.
Conseguirte algo. Let's get you some in Spanish.
Go to break.
Get you some!
AURN News.
I'm Ebony McMorris.
He said he did not say that, and I believe him.
You don't know if there was
You're talking about the two men?
The second strike to kill the two men.
No, he said he didn't do it. He said he never said it.
Would you be okay with that if he did? That was President Trump aboard Air Force One, insisting Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth never gave the order to kill the survivors of a drug smuggling boat struck by U.S. forces in the Caribbean, an operation the Washington Post first revealed. According to the Post's exclusive reporting, a live drone feed on September 2nd showed two survivors clinging to the wreckage after the initial strike on an 11-member crew. U.S. Special Operations Forces then carried out a second strike, allegedly to comply with a spoken order to kill everyone. More than 80 people have now been killed under this new campaign. Senators from both parties say even if the order happened, it could amount to a war crime. For AURN News, I'm Ebony McMorris.
It's Off the Top with Norman Robinson on WBOK 1230 AM.
While the city of New Orleans continues to wrestle with a $160 million budget shortfall, it seems citizens are left with no definitive explanation about who's exactly responsible for this financial mess. This fiscal fiasco threatened to leave city employees and vendors unpaid, and it sent the city council stepping to the state with hat in hand pleading for approval of a $125 million bridge loan to cover payroll. The State Bond Commission said okay, but the city leaders had to agree that the state legislative auditor would oversee how the city spends that money. I believe there should be an investigation by the state attorney general to get to the bottom of this mess to determine where the fault lies. There has been lots of finger-pointing. The council blames the mayor's administration, the administration blames the council. Sources with knowledge of city government tell me that the blame lies squarely at the feet of Mayor LaToya Cantrell and her chief administrative officer, Gilbert Montano, who, by the way, resigned to take a cushy job as chief of staff at the Audubon Nature Institute. It was only a month after Montano left City Hall that the deficit mess was exposed. Montano has a history where deficits are concerned. Before taking the job as CAO of the city of New Orleans, he held the position of deputy CAO and chief of staff for the city of Albuquerque, New Mexico. That city had deficits of $24 million in 2017 and $40 million in 2018. While there were no conclusions about who was responsible for the shortfalls in Albuquerque, the record shows that Gilbert Montano was on watch. On watch as CAO here in New Orleans, Montano was the chief budget officer. The CAO is the budget officer named in the city charter, not the mayor or not the council. CAOs have the responsibility for development, oversight, and execution of the city's annual budget. As such, the CAO is held to be the authority in budget matters. Earlier this year, in testimony before the city council, the city finance office reported that cash flow was in dire straits. Montano pushed back, telling the council that things weren't that bad. Well, we now know that things were that bad, and even worse than we could have imagined. The question is this a matter of incompetence or malfeasance? We taxpayers have a right to know, damn it. This is Norman Robinson, Off the Top.
'Tis the season to be compassionate and joyful. Be sure to spend your Christmas day with us at WBOK as we bring to you 24 hours of commercial-free holiday music, beginning at 10 p.m. on Christmas Eve and all day on Christmas. Let WBOK bring joy and happiness to you with our holiday music on this festive occasion. You can tune in at WBOK 1230 AM and on the World Wide Web at WBOK1230.com. Happy holidays to you and yours from everyone here at WBOK, what New Orleans is talking about.
Hi, this is Cary Grant. Let's elevate every Tuesday through Thursday from 6 to 7 p.m. as we discuss the community, the country, and the world, from politics to current events and sports. We look forward to your input and continuing the quality programming on your community station, WBOK. Join us every Tuesday through Thursday, 6 to 7 p.m. on Elevated Conversations, the Arnie and Cary Show.
Meet Leanna, a part-time chef and full-time mom. In the past, Leanna didn't have health insurance because she didn't think she could afford it. What she didn't realize is she qualified for Medicaid. She loves the coverage and peace of mind that comes with high-quality care. The kind of care you get with Healthy Blue. This is Medicaid, and it's for more people than you think. Maybe even you. To see if you qualify, go to myhealthybluela.com.
Saints of God, it's time for us to tell you the truth. It's time for you to start your 21-day challenge. Don't take another day. Do it right now. Call 504-701-4711. That's the Whole Water Stove, Pastor David Impartan Sr., the host of Change Your Water, Change Your Mind. This is the water that's designed to change your body, the way you think, the way you act, and the way you look. Why don't you start your 21-day challenge today? For $35, you can start it right now. Call me so we can set up your appointment. 504-701-4711. That's 504-701-4711. Change your water, change your mind.
Every year, the lights return to City Park, and as if by magic, so do we. Families reunited, kids wide-eyed, old memories meeting new ones. Celebration in the Oaks is more than a holiday tradition. It is where New Orleans comes together to shine. Don't miss the magic. Make Celebration in the Oaks your holiday tradition and help City Park shine for generations to come. Go to celebrationintheoaks.com and grab your tickets before they're gone.
Visit DePaul's new Algiers Health Center at 2801 General de Gaulle Drive to receive primary and preventive care for both adults and children. Services also include behavioral health, imaging, and on-site pharmacy, vision, Medicaid enrollment assistance, and more. For appointments, visit DePaulCommunityHealthCenters.org or call 504-207-3060.
From the East Bank to the West Bank, WBOK is what New Orleans is talking about. WBOK.
Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks. Welcome back. You still laughing?
Yes.
Get
you some.
And so you're going to be thinking about it. That's going to be ringing through your head all night long. Get you some. Yeah. But, of course, we have situations going on in the city. We got, ICE here. We're trying to find ourselves as far as what I guess is a city or community with all this money that's missing, and we're trying to replace it. At what point in time do we look at this city and say, we're getting ready to recycle, or we're getting ready to go into another year?
Mm-hmm.
Are we going into a new year saying we didn't lose thousands of people from living here this year?
Yeah.
Or are we going to say that we added to the number for us to go back up again? What you think?
Well, from research that I've done previously, now I don't know about this particular year, but people have been slowly leaving the city.
Yep. 3,500. 3,500 at a time. And I think that we've lost over the number of years, somewhere between 10, 15,000? Somewhere close to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess my biggest thing, I don't know how to fix this funk that I feel about the city. And I love the city, don't get me wrong. But what's bettering the city to become progressive?
As a matter of fact, I know somebody who's about to leave right now. So,
Wow.
You said what's bettering the city to become progressive?
Yeah. What makes it feel progressive? So here's my and I guess more so than anything else, my comparison. I always compare because I look at the cities and say, just about the same number of folks here as in Raleigh, Durham right now. Same number of, in Durham you have a majority African American population, just like New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
Culture-wise, totally different, totally different. But it is a learning city, and Durham has been tagged as the city of medicine because of the different entities. You got Research Triangle Park, you got Duke University, you got the real hospitals of North Carolina there. But it makes me ask the question, what's going to be so progressive? And the governor has always been working on doing something and look, Durham ain't the capital, Raleigh is,
Mm-hmm.
okay? But Charlotte is, well, dang, I can't finish.
Dang, G.
Ain't that sad?
Yeah.
He ain't even asked no questions.
Well, is Durham doing something progressive we should be learning from?
Google coming. What's the folks with the iPhones?
Mm-hmm.
Apple coming. They just building this $2 billion plant that's gonna build chips for the phone. That's coming. They made that in like a year.
I would wonder if any of that is gonna affect their pollution. I would wonder about the environmental impact of that. But we should probably have things like, using more hydroelectricity, considering that we have the river. Probably more green technology, especially things to be able to clean up our environment because we're in Cancer Alley. So
call Olive on that. He'll tell you the story.
We should probably have some more investments. And I just want to go ahead and say there's a such thing as Black Latinos, illegal Black people, and solidarity. There's also that. We need to get us some justice.
Dang it. Once they get the outgo.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, what did you say? That sounded really bad. That sounded really bad. I was going to wrap things up for us, folks. We appreciate y'all for being a part of the conversation. We'll see you on tomorrow right here at WBOK.